first thing is, guys, this, for those asking about previous sessions, please watch 1 and 2 rather than we repeat those things. So, Peter, first off, you've kindly shared the template we put inside the avatar, inside the members area, Facebook rather, and it's on the screen now, guys. So remember this, with the avatar process, has got 2 fundamentals to it. It's got 2 fundamentals to it. Number 1 is, from their perspective, what we're doing is we're doing an interview. It's about them. But really what we're doing is, I want you to get paid. So we're getting intel on where to focus, okay? So we don't want to say we've interviewed 10 avatars, I've got this awesome information. That's great. It can be contribute towards CAS, etc. But really, we want to be using that so we can direct where do we move first. So who's going to be paying? When do projects start? What are their constraints so we can fill them? What do I need to do in terms of overcoming any objections? What are your competition doing, etc. We want to come out with a set of information points that we can actually turn into conversion. Does that make sense, everybody? So again, we've got number 1, from their perspective, we're running an interview, but really what we're doing is we're getting information for you to get paid, which we turn into you getting paid. Important, guys. So let's do this, Peter. First of all, if we go through number 1, the email structure, okay? If you talk us through what's on the screen, and then guys, if you do this, if you put inside the chat box any questions you've got on this structure for Peter, okay? Now, before we do this, Peter, just to recap, I think we sent to, and again, remember this, guys, Peter is a brand new business with no track record, a brand new LinkedIn, a brand new website. At this point, the website is even up, was it, Peter? So there's no excuse for you not to be doing this, okay? So, so avatar, did we sent to 20? Is that right, Peter? Sent to 20?
That's right. Went out to 20.
And we've spoken to 13?
12. Yeah, spoken to 12 of them.
Okay, spoken to 12 of them. Yep. And the other 8?
One's pending, and the other I had no reply from at all.
Okay, good. So again, we've got there as things stand, say 12 out of 20. What's that, times by 5? Help me, 60% then. So we've approached completely cold, brand new business. We've approached with a brand new website, brand new LinkedIn, no background, and 60% have spoken to us. You've got no excuses, guys. You've got no excuses. And mine's only converting at 30%. I don't care. Send out more. Let's convert at 10%. I don't care. Send out more. Now it's not a time to get picky on, well, here's converting to 15%. You just send out more, guys. Is that clear? Do not get, can you tweet this? Because I'm going to get 20% coming back to me. You send out more. Focus on ROI now, guys. So you've got no excuses. So if we come to the template itself, Pete, I'll let you drive this. And then in the chat box, guys, any questions you've got around this structure, you post now, okay, guys? So guys, I'll let you drive this, Peter. So over to you, step by step, paragraph by paragraph.
So with the template, the first thing is it went out cold, so it is an unknown client. I didn't really know them, and they certainly didn't know me. And that's different to what we've done in the past when we put really warm them up with a LinkedIn, multi-step LinkedIn process. So this was quite a different change for us. So went out to an unknown client. So the very first thing on the subject line, 3 hooks. So apart from hi, first name, very important. You know, it's a mastermind group for leading job titles with CFOs or FDs in the UK technology for exit strategies. And the big thing there is I wanted them to focus on exit strategies rather than, you know, the doom and gloom that they may be thinking of at the moment. So then a standard opening, you know, dear first name, so hi, you know, dear John, and then an apology. Really, I don't normally put apologies in my, I suppose, my messaging, but you know, I haven't spoken to them before. They don't know me, so I thought that would be good to put that one in. And then straight into an opener. Why should they be reading this email? Why should they be listening to me? So I wanted to, basically, I suppose, form a connection with them. So, I am an chartered accountant. So I started with, as a CFO, and I've been a CFO in the past. So as a CFO with over 30 years experience in finance and technology, I wanted to reach out to a small peer group. And I thought by putting a small peer group, that would basically get them interested. I'm picking them, I want to talk to them. So a small peer group of finance leaders in the tech sector to hear their thoughts on, exit strategies for UK tech firms following COVID-19. So, quite a clear, this is why you should be listening to me, or why you should be reading on, and this is why I want you. And so then a bit of flattery, given your experience in the next line or next paragraph, given your experience and prominent position as job title of company. And if you wouldn't mind, I'd welcome your thoughts and insights on the issues you've experienced. So again, just told them what I want from them. I've then given them something back in the next paragraph. I'll collate the responses and distribute them in an anonymous form so we can frame strategies and share ideas within the group. And what I wanted to do there is seed the idea of I'm building a mastermind group, and so this would be ongoing, and we'll be able to share things together. And so, call to action, single call to action. Would you be free to have a brief conversation sometime this week? Many thanks in advance. First name, so get personalization in there. Best regards, Peter.
Nice. So, guys, insights from that, Peter. Thank you. Insights from that. So in terms of a loose structure, what we've got, guys, is this. We've got, first of all, we're going in completely cold. Completely cold. We're going into a niche whereby it's with love, Peter, it could be an arrogant niche as well, and very much a self-adulation niche as well, with the avatar we're dealing with. If it can work in this niche, it can work in any damn niche, guys. Do it, okay? Can't stress that enough. Please do not say, can you tweak, can you check this, can you tweak it? No, you send it and you come back with metrics, okay, guys? There's enough here to get it out. Speed is key. Subject then, subject, 3 hooks, mastermind, industry, location, role, exit strategies. Now the key take from this, you didn't forget from it, he has gone in with a positive spin. Someone keep pushing over and over and over again. So how we get out of this tough point, okay, this tough time. Now, dear, the apologies, we don't really use that as a guidance. 9% of the time I say do not do it. It's worked for Peter here. Test it, guys. Opener, we've got positioning. The key thing here all the way through is we've got small peer group. Small implies you are special. I want you in this high level group. Peer means of your level, and group is community. Next, we've got flattery that we do, for example, on the Maven email template. We're focusing on their job title. I'm speaking to you. Your thoughts, I think you're epic. Next, give back. So Peter's giving back. I'm going to collate. I'm going to give back. And again, we reinforce mastermind group. Simple call to action, and we make it personal. Now, all of this goes in with what we did in the Lazy Conversion webinar in London. This is the setup for the Lazy Conversion webinar. So that was the message going out, the avatar message going out. So first of all, guys, questions inside the chat box regarding this template, this structure, let me know, and I'll see, Peter, if I can chunk up the questions, okay?
Yeah, sure.
By the way, if the questions, guys, are not around the template, I'm gonna probably bypass it for now. So please repost it when I later on. Okay, want to make sure we stay focused. Exit is getting out of COVID. Mike Tannenbaum, these interviews would be great for podcast episodes too. Yeah, it would be, Mike. However, what you're doing there, you're adding more work for yourself. Number one. Number two, do these guys want to be recorded right now? This is let's get this done as we did with Gordon Roney on Monday. Let's do it. We're going to do this week on week. And so we do the webinar. So we need to market the webinar. We're going to do the webinar and we're going to follow up from the webinar. What I don't want you to do is add any extra levels of constraints. So podcasts, etc. Cool. However, everyone I've been testing new strategies with in the background. We've been testing some fucking outstanding strategies I'm really, really proud about. Both client and candidate. Those who've been pushing to do podcasts, I pushed every single person to say, no, you do webinar now. With webinar, you control every part of the process. Podcasts you do not control, number one. And number two, in terms of your authority, webinars what you should be doing now, Mike, okay? So that's a no. I know where you're going. Now's not the time though, okay, mate? James Trott, I think many won't know this form, but many won't know this. Yeah, insight from James Trott. Many won't know this is from a recruiter. Particularly as Peter mentioned, he's been a CFO. But it's okay to say special in recruitment and finance. Yeah, but guess what these guys are going to do? They're going to check Peter out. Either they're going to check out his LinkedIn, or they may do a quick Google, or as Peter said, with the other business, which is the relaunch of the business, this the maidens they've reached out to have been asked to do, I think, 3 or 4 webinars, you said, Peter, but they've accepted this one for reasons we'll come to. So they're going to do their own due diligence, James, okay? I definitely want to apologise in the opening paragraph. Yeah, as I said, I typically don't advise that, guys. However, what I'm always going to do though is have the metrics tell us what works. 13 out of 20 cold in the most really tough niche have said yes. And as Peter pointed out to me before, I'm gonna expedite the conversation, Peter. As Peter said to me before, they're being bombarded with recruitment people. So recruiters are assholes. Let's face it, what they think about recruiters. They head on. So at some point, it's maybe the right thing to do. And the metrics right now tell us it's working. They've had 20 recruitment people contact them in the last 2 days, and they've been direct. Peter's gone in with a little bit of a submissive approach. I don't normally agree with, but again, the metrics work. So I'd say test it. We'll come to the call in a minute, Darren. At the bottom is there's personal after call to action. For all those said about the apology, hopefully you've answered that.
Yeah, it's an interesting one, apologies, because I don't normally put it in my RRR, but I saw that Ken had used it in the past, and I thought, let's give it a go. If it didn't work, I would have, the next 20 going out wouldn't have it. But
guys, why are we doing this for you now? Why am I doing 18-hour days right now? It's because we're testing. If you get something in front of you that works, fucking use it. Don't question it. Now's not the time to question, well, should I? Yes. Okay, test it. To test it, then come back to me and say, it didn't work. All right, guys, so please, in the same principle, just implement, fuck up, then come back and say it didn't work. I can't stress that enough, guys, and I'm being direct because I want you to move quickly. For those who've asked about how to get the data, we did it on week 2. We've not spoken to these guys before, no. Cool. So I think we've covered that. So guys, I'm going to rapid fire through this because there's so much to get through, and I really want to. I want you to remove the yes bots from this. Okay, remove the yes bots from this.